Hi, Kipsters. This is your review for Unit 5 test, so make sure you have this paper out, and that will help you understand what is going on. What I would want you to do is to solve each question first, and then go watch that specific question. So it might look like, hey, Kipsters, go to number 1, submit your answers, and then watch me solve the answer. If you pay attention really closely and just help yourself with this video, I'm pretty sure that you're going to excel tremendously. I want us to talk about this. You're going to see this on your test. I also want you to know that anytime you see area, it's also a big base, okay? So depending on whatever object we're talking about. Big base normally tends to be pi r squared because we've been talking about we've been talking about cylinders and cones. Also, I want you to notice that in surface area, which is also area, we use lateral and we use total. The only one that you really need to pay attention to is probably the lateral of a cylinder, because you can use the pictures for the other ones. And volume is our three-dimensional. One thing to remember is anytime you see big base, you have to go back up to probably this one and insert it. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. The volume of a cone is 51 pi inches cubed. What is the volume of a cylinder that has the same base and the same height? Well, we've talked. Why don't you go ahead and solve this one first? 1, 2, 3. Alright, we talked about the relationship between a cone and a cylinder is that you have to multiply this one by 3, or you have to divide by 3 to go down. Another way to say that is to multiply by 1/3. So if it says that the volume of a cone is 51 pi, then I just have to multiply 51 pi times 3, and see, that's 3, whoops. I got 163, no, 153. Let me start over. That'd be 51 pi times 3. I got 153 pi, which would be C. Right? Number 2. You try by yourself. 1, 2, 3. The volume of a cylinder is 72 pi inches cubed. What is the volume of a cone that has the same base? We got times 3. Divide by 3, or times 1/3. Your choice. We know that the cylinder is 72 pi, so we just have to divide. So 72 divided by 3 is 24 pi. Alright, number 3. Read the statements below. Which statements are true? This is about cones. So, be careful. Sometimes it says cylinders and the answer changes. The area of the base is found by 2 pi r. No, that's not true. The height is found by counting the number of congruent bases each. No, that's for a cylinder. The area of a base is found by, that's a rectangle. And the area of the base is found by pi r squared. That is true. The area of this base is pi r squared. So that is true, meaning that 4 is the only thing that is true. Right? You try number 4 by yourself. 1, 2, 3. The volume of a cylinder is approximately 1,846 and 32 cubic meters. So they give us the volume is 1846.32. The height is 12. What is the radius? So I use the formula for volume of a cylinder, which is V is equal to big base times height. I have to ask myself, do I need to unpack base? And if I see either radius, diameter, or circumference anywhere in this problem, I need to unpack the base. I notice I see radius, and so I need to unpack B, so pi r squared. So V is equal to pi r squared times height. Now let's put in what we know. We know that the volume is 1846.32, and we know that pi is that. We know radius is squared, and we know the height is 12. Now this is a problem because we have to figure out what radius is, and so we have to isolate everything, meaning we have to divide by pi and by 12. We divide by pi and we divide by 12. That means these are canceled out and these are canceled out, and I'm left with r squared. Do not forget about the square. I do need to remember that this needs to have parentheses around it. And my final answer is 49. Now, I do have to take the square root of the r squared, and I end up getting, so I take the square root of 49, and I get r is equal to 7. So the answer is radius is actually 7. If you want, you can put 7 back in the problem, and you can put height in the problem, and you should be able to get the volume that they said. Okay? Number 5. 1, 2, 3. Alright, a cone with a radius of 4 inches and a volume of 148 hundredths cubic inches. What is the height of the cone? Well, the volume of a cone is 1/3 big base times height. The area of the base times height. Do I need to unpack this? The answer is yes, because they told me something. They either told me radius, diameter, or circumference. So pi r squared. So v is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times height. Alright, let's plug in our values. 100.48 equals 1/3 pi radius squared, don't forget that square, times height. Alright, we need to isolate the h to be by himself, so we divide by 1/3 pi r squared. We divide by 1/3 pi r squared. Oops, 4 squared. Haha, 4 squared. We need to put this in parentheses, and if you want, you can square the 4 and get 16. When I put this in the calculator, I'm going to put 100.48 divided by parentheses, parentheses, 1 divided by 3, close parentheses, times 3.14 times 16, close parentheses. And the answer you end up getting is 6. Now, Mr. Hambley, do I have to square root that? No, because h wasn't squared to begin with. Alright? Alright, number 6. The circumference of a great circle of a sphere is 24 pi inches. What is the volume? I noticed that they gave us circumference, which is 24 pi, and the volume. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Careful. Alright? So v is equal to 4/3 pi. I have to find radius, so I'm going to do the RDC method. 24 pi. That means diameter is 24 and radius is 12. So 12 cubed. So if I put this in the calculator, making sure that I put parentheses around the fraction, and I put a caret to get me to the third power, I end up going to get 7,234 and 56 hundredths inches cubed. Alright, number 7. The area of a cone is 25 pi inches squared. The height of the cone is 15 inches. What is the volume of the cone? So v is equal to 1/3 base times height. Do I have to unpack the base? I only unpack the base when I see RDC. Do I see RDC? Nope, I don't see radius, I don't see diameter, and I don't see circumference, so I don't have to unpack it. But what they do tell me is that the area of the base is 25 pi, and that the height is 15. So v is equal to 1/3 25 pi times height, which is 15, And so when I put this in the calculator with parentheses around the fraction, I end up getting B. All right. 8. This one's going to be split up into two parts. Let's say 8A and now 8B. I want you to solve B first. I want you to find the total surface area. All right, 1, 2, 3. So what you should have done is you should have said, okay, well there is 5 faces. We got 2 base triangles and 3 face rectangles, lateral face rectangles. We know that the formula for a triangle is 1/2 base times height, and then the formula for a rectangle is base times height. All right. What I want to do now is I want to find the base and height of this triangle, which seems to be 1/2. The base is 9, and the height is 10. When I put that in the calculator, with parentheses around my half, I end up getting 45. All right. Next, I want to find the dimensions for that, which is 8 and 7. So my 50, it's 56. I want to find the dimensions of the one in the back, which is 8 and 7, which is 56. And the bottom, which is 9 and 8, which is 72. Now when I add 45 plus 45 plus 56 plus 56 plus 72, I end up getting 274 inches squared. Now I want you to find the total surface area. Or sorry, the lateral surface area. 1, 2, 3. So you would eliminate the bases. And so you would just add up 56 plus 56 plus 72 to get the total. Where this was lateral. Whoops. This is total. And this is lateral. So my answer ends up being 184 inches squared. Right, number 9. 2 more to go. What is the total surface area of a cube? Cube. I know that in a cube, everything is the same, including all the faces. So there's 6 faces that are all squares. And it says that this is 12, this is 12, and this is 12. So the dimensions of base times height is 12 times 12, which is 144. 6 times 144 is 864 inches squared. Alright, that's good. Moving on. What is the lateral surface area of the shape below? If the shaded region is the base, we need to find lateral, meaning I just have to find the walls, the sides. So, we know that there's 4 walls. There's this one, which is 11 and 12. And we already know that this is also 11 and 12. Let's do the front wall, which is 9 and 11. And the back one is also 9 and 11. So we got 132, 132, 99, 99, and the answer is 462 inches squared. Alright, good luck on your test tomorrow. Peace.